Testing 1 2 1 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 1 2.
Welcome me old gaming darlings to RyuGamer88 channel, and of course if you've just found this channel with this live stream, then of course you have been in luck. Now I did say in yesterday's live stream that we would be playing this game on Friday, or tomorrow shall I say. But of course I wanted to treat you all to a pre-episode, so this is why I'm naming this episode as RyuGamer88 Plays Lay of the Land Episode 0. And to be honest, if you're a fan of Minecraft, and you also like nanoblocks, then you've come to the right place really. The game itself is very therapeutic. Like the gameplay of Minecraft, you get to explore, adventure, even just relax. You may even come across creatures you may have to fight with. But of course the most exciting part is being able to craft and build. So if you're in for a relaxing time, then why not grab a drink and a snack, and of course be able to just chill out and see what the mind creates through as we play through Lay of the Land. Now of course this is going to be a bit of a peaceful series, so of course the usual adult humour will be simmered down quite a bit. So of course trying to branch out to a more friendly audience as well, so of course that everybody and the majority can relax and enjoy this series. So of course, thank you very much for your understanding, and with that being said, less of the waffling and more gaming. So of course, let's get this on. So of course, as you can see, when you do install the game, you get introduced to a lovely little menu, which of course, you have the choice of a new world, load world, options, or if you wanted to just quit, I suppose you could. But of course, in regards to the options, you really don't need to customize or change anything. Unless you're very specific to what the game wants in your needs, then of course you can do so. It's quite simplistic really, and which of course there's no intrinsic or difficulties in the settings. The game is compatible for only Windows game users only. You do have the choice of whether to play through on a gamepad. This is via a mobile gaming PC, a game controller if you're doing it through on a desktop, or if you're a traditional keyboard and mouse user, then of course you can do that as well. You do have the options of being able to auto pick up small items, toggling the sprint, and the same thing for crouch. If you wanted to know what the controls are, then of course what you need to do is click on the corresponding control system that you've done. Without going into it too much, it pretty much does go into detail as to what you are to use to be able to use the corresponding action buttons. It's quite a bit to take in, and I'm hoping that there will be a tutorial, but should you be a little bit concerned, then you can always still revisit the options. Of course, with the graphics for displays and graphics, it's pretty much whatever your gaming PC is. It will automatically default to what is most recommended for your compatibility on your device. So again, I wouldn't really worry about changing too much of anything. So that therefore, you can just start along swimmingly. So of course, let's get used to and start with the new world. Now of course, to be fair, we're going to name this the RyuGamer88 world. Now, when you go to confirm your world name, not too sure what the whole world seed means, but of course, if it means other users can visit each other, then that probably is quite an interesting little feature. I did look up onto it, but in regards to if people can visit each other, but I'll go into it a little bit further. But should you wish to do more of a build and explore with no hostile creatures, then of course peaceful mode would be your ideal choice. However, should you wish for going something with more creativity in mind, then of course there is build with unlimited resources under creative mode. But do be mind, should you go for creative mode, you're more likely to be encountering of hostile creatures. So take your pick. But if we want to do full customization of what we can build and explore, then I would suggest creative mode. Then of course you do get the options of having a flat world, disabling AI spawning, or disable structures. Personally, I wouldn't really want to disable either. It could really spoil the game. Especially for flat world. That I wouldn't really want to do. But of course, let's get into creating our world. Now, I did mention about the whole multiplayer aspect of it all. And apparently because of this being an indie developing game, in itself, there is no option to be able to really explore other people's worlds in the sense of Minecraft. As I say, it really is a small game in the sense of it's 20 times less the mapping size of Minecraft, and it isn't that big world of an online feature to be able to visit others. If there is a possibility that you can visit other people's worlds, I'm assuming so you could with the world seed number, then there is of course that possibility. However, do keep in mind if you're really heavy on wanting to visit other people's worlds, then I really advise that you try out Minecraft than Lay of the Land. Lay of the Land is more for a personal play in regards to being on more on yourself and creating your own creations. But with the amount of loading data it's doing, you might want to be a little bit patient and take a minute or two for it to just adjust. Considering of it creating a new world, this is a bit of a patience need. And look at this, meow gaming darlings. We seem to have spawned in what looks like a circular stone area. It feels like Minecraft, but it's not. And to be perfectly honest with you, I quite like this. It really does feel like nano blocks. So of course, as you can see, you do have some tabs of itinerary items that you could store. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you're doing this via keyboard, then of course you have Q for Q, 1 for 1, 2 for 2, and so forth. Should you wish to explore what you currently have in your stock, then of course you would hit the tab button and go along with your items. But I think before we start playing out with the items, I think we should get on with doing a little bit of exploring. And before anybody asks, there is no real storyline as such as to how it's come about, what's happened, what you should do. There's nothing like that at all. You really are just exploring an open world. To me that looks like there's an open village. Why don't we take a look at the village? It seems peaceful enough. And I kid you not. And touch wood, or shall I say nano wood, we've not come across any creatures yet. Conflicting creatures, that is. And would you look at that? Is that a moose or a deer? Oh dear. It looks like a moose.
It seems quite pleasant. Can we get up close to it? Wow. It's not going to attack us. It's just quite casually walking across. I'm not sure what it's eating. There's definitely no food down there, that's for sure. But of course, what we can do is continue exploring through. It looks like there's other inhabitants here as well. I think this looks like more of a shop, if anything. I don't know how you would interact. Not too sure on that. I wonder what the control says for interacting. I think that says the letter F. We'll double check. Well, it's not letting us interact. Maybe that's not an actual person we can talk with. Oh. And what are you supposed to be? I don't think that's a friendly creature such. No. I think we'll try not to upset anyone for the time being. But it does look like there's some form of civilization. He's got a bow and arrow. But of course, I certainly wouldn't want to upset him. Looks like there's more wild animals. Is that a bear? It does indeed look like a bear and a horse. It's a bit of a random combination of animals exploring around. We could go in. It's whether they're going to get upset. Well, surprisingly, they're not really getting upset if I'm walking around in their own property. Oh my. For those who have fear of eight-legged bugs, I certainly wouldn't want to look down over there. He's looking. He's not really showing much fear. It's actually quite cute looking at it. I wouldn't say that's quite fearing. That's a candle, that's for sure. Well, I did try to have a go at moving the candle, but it seemed like it wanted to be lopsided. Oh, I think I accidentally took a few items. It wasn't intentional, that's for sure. I didn't take your candle. Honest. It's somewhere. Never mind, I'll just go about my business of exploring around. Now, he's probably wondering, is there any good reason what you have done with my candle and desk area? Flipping out. How big is this area? Well, certainly the tower could get more higher than it could be. And another spider creature. I think there's pretty much the commands on the bottom right corner you may see. You can't interact with these characters, but I think it's giving you whatever option you come across, whether it's a wall or a part or anything, it pretty much tells you what you can and can't do. I mean, to be fair, for someone new to the whole walking an adventure part of this game, this is actually pretty impressive. Considering that this is an indie game as well, you really could just easily get relaxed and just enjoy it. And regardless of what you do, there's no wrongs and no weird endings or you've made the game go wrong. You can really actually wind down and relax playing through here. Oh, hello, Mr. Bowman. Goodbye, Mr. Bowman. We certainly don't want him shooting us. Hey, me old gaming darlings. I think there was another set of stairs that we could go up. So why not explore what's going on upstairs? But I think, are we at the highest point? I think we are. It's a big, massive bronze bowl here. Destroy the voxel. Ooh. Well, we could try. But it's not really giving us much choice to be able to collect the pieces as well. But saying this, if you've kind of catched on to say, well, what piece are you actually touching? Well, with the mouse pointer, depending on which block you are looking at, it really does take the block. Pardon the pun. Literally look at a cube or a block and it will go via that one cube. I don't think there's any conjoint blocks or anything. This really is going on the basis of a nano block. I don't think we can go any further. But I don't want the enemy characters to think that what are we doing vandalising their tower? Now I did notice that we do actually have a couple of weapons. We do have swords. We have like what looks like a mage's wand or staff. Accessories. Food, which is quite rather interesting. So it does make me wonder what our health points are going to be looking like. I think this is also accessories to help us make items or anything else. But can we select this? I think we can. And the good thing is that if you assign it to a block number, you should be able to instantly use it. And of course turn it on and off. Let's give it a go. So of course, as you may well see, we've assigned a sword, and to be able to assign it, you need to click on an item number that hasn't got it attached. Well, that sorted him out. It looks like we can actually pick up some items. And we've actually picked up a few arrows. 5 of them to be precise. Now it does seem like whatever the game decides to drop, we actually do keep to attain them. Now where is the doorway to be able to get back inside? Ah, there it is. Hello, fellow knights! Or whatever creature you are. We can go down the stairway. Now, you're kind of wondering, if we attack the spider, what items are we going to get out of it? Well, there's only one way to find out. Well, we got the spider. I don't think I can see anything that's going to drop. Ah, and as you can see, there's no items that dropped out of that one. So that gives me the impression, no matter what the item is, or whatever character you fight, they're not always going to drop an item. Let's give this creature a go. I think this one's going to drop anything either. No, and surprisingly, that isn't the case. I think what we should do is go on a little adventure. Well, I did try to unequip, but I don't think it was having it at all. No, I don't want to raise the alarm on the other creatures to think I'm going on a committing spree. I do wonder what this one's going to entail. Is it going to drop an item? It looks like it's dropped something. Surprisingly, it's like burnt amber or ash. Okay, so we managed to actually come down to ground level. I honestly thought there was a bit of campfire, but I wouldn't want to get too jolly too soon. Now this is quite therapeutically nice. I'm not sure if we're able to swim, but we seem to be able to easily walk through this. Wow. I know this is all nanoblock, Meow Gaming Darlings, but this is actually really nice. Very beautiful actually, in fact. I suppose walking along this pathway does give you that sense of comfort, like you want to go on holiday. It would be quite nice to go on holiday. If everybody's going on holiday this year, whereabouts are you all going to? Let me know in your holiday destinations for this year in the comments section below. Now this is quite cute. The fact that it's not an island as such, but a little random plot of grass and 2 trees. I mean, there's nothing else really going on, but it's quite a nice little setback area. Walking through the water seems quite realistic. And before you ask, yes, we are actually swimming through this. That was actually pretty cool. There was no issues with the whole loading. So you can tell that was quite relatively smooth. Now, if you all want to know how I'm playing this game, I'm actually playing this through on my mobile gaming PC. Specifically on the MSI Core 8AI gaming PC. It's quite a powerful mobile gaming PC device. But I reckon that the majority of mobile gaming PCs can actually do this. All the little shrinklets of river water splashing across. Makes you feel like there's all running beans. I suppose we best find our own little habitat area soon. But so far we've not had the opportunity to find it. What on earth is that? Ah, clever. So if you saw random flying cubes like that, don't worry. It's not a hallucination or anything. It's just a cube version of a leaf flying out of a tree. I think we should go a little bit more inland now. I think we've done a lot of walking across the beach. I don't know, would you call it a beach? It feels like it was walking across a beach. You may have noticed it's started to get a little bit dark. So we want to find ourselves a nice little light area as soon as possible. But I think we need to avoid this castle. I certainly wouldn't want to cause a war. Look at the amount of catapults there are. They must be on guard duty. I certainly wouldn't want to cause a fight with them. Attention! And march! I said march? No? Ah. Well. Not that there was an official command for that. But I think they are just programmed to just walk around whatever the game tells them to do. It's quite impressive that they've managed to add quite a bit of lighting. Not just magical orbs. They've really gone in for the whole lanterns to give it that sort of aesthetic feel, to feel that you're in a bit of a medieval world. Which is what I think this game is kind of going for. I don't think we should be going towards the volcano as our little living spot. I think things would get a little bit too hot. Not sure if that's somebody's house or if it's abandoned. It kind of looks like a miniature castle there. Getting a bit dark. Not sure what was running around in that area. Hello, little one. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. Mind you, there is a load of yellow dots. Are they fireflies? Well, they must be. I don't think it's specifically for us. I mean no harm. I am just exploring, just for me and my fellow mini gaming darlings. Fellow mini gaming darlings. I don't think that sounds quite right, but we must go on. Oh, that nearly scared me. Didn't see you there. Don't worry, I'm not going to cause a disturbance. But this building seems like it can be relatively big. The game itself seems like they've done a really good job with the lighting. I don't think I want to cause a fight with this mushroom character. It looks like it's got a really sharp tool there. So, I'd be careful. And as you can see, it's already at night time. Oh, would you look at that? It's a bit of an amazing view, me old gaming darlings. On the open fields. And I think we was just over there. Or somewhere across there. Don't worry, I'm not going to jump off. Don't you worry. It does give you a little bit of a pause moment, whether they think, well, if you're going to cause a fight or whether you're going to plan on taking something. I'm not exactly quite too sure. Whether they do decide to interact with a fight is another question. But pressing on forward. Well, there's a bit of vegetation going on there. Crikey, you really do feel like you're in a bit of a fantasy world here. Now, as the game is saving, there may be the odd moment where the game will stop for a mini second. But of course, there's nothing to worry about. It's just loading up all the content around it. Just like in any other game, really. But for an indie gaming developer point of view, it's pretty amazing how much work they've gone into it. I'd like to know how long it took them, but I'd be impressed. I really would. There's a nice glowing mushroom, or... it's not really a mushroom, is it more of a toadstool? Well, when you look under it, it looks like a massive sliced tomato. With a stalk branch. So just walking across through. I'm going to go to the left here. I think we should stay in the light area, just for the time being. Well, that looks like a millipede over there. He's not looking at us. Just let him wander off. Nice little creature. So of course, as we come across it, it looks like we can see another little castle. Now this would be my ideal place of living quarters. How habitated it is another question. Well, good thing we've come prepared with a sword. Let's try taking it for ourselves, me old gaming darlings. I can't see no doorway or anything. That looks like a window. So how does one get inside? I suppose we should really do a better job of trying to find an entry. I wouldn't want to cause an attack just yet. Oh, is that fencing? It seems like we've gotten ourselves into a bit of fencing. Ah, now this would make sense. I think, if I'm being completely honest, I think we should start from the top and go for the bottom to take claim of this castle. Guarantee, if we tried doing anything from downstairs below, how quick would everyone come down? I quite like the fact that as you've got a weapon, anything that's got a metallic feature or style, there's a strong reflection. I mean, have a look closely at the sword. Can you see how reflected that is? That's really neat. I think that's actually really cool for a design. Don't worry, you'll be attacked at the last point. Now, I think we need to go to the right. Or maybe not. But that looks like a prison area. A gas mask, wow. I think we're okay for the moment. So it seems like there is an enemy per different room. That's the way I look at it. Oh my goodness me, what on earth is this? It's a flying creature, but it's a little bit grim, to politely say what the green cubes are dripping from. Sounds like a flying slime ball. But what would I know? What would I know? A strange millipede creature too. It's very jumpy to move around towards us. I think this one's quite a smart one to say, what are you doing here? Don't attack me, otherwise I will attack you. Well, there's a bit of a contradictory sentencing, but it's just a game, me old gaming darlings. Oh, straight away with a bowman. Right. On the count of 3, we shall attack, me old gaming darlings. Charge! Wow. It didn't really put much of a good fight there, I must admit. Once we've dealt with all of that, I think it's safe to say that we should start attacking what's down there. Now, what was the next creature? I think it might have been that millipede monster. Now, why was he getting that close to the stairway is another question. Well, down for the count is one way of saying it. I think it's safe to say that we should attack this creature first. that didn't last long. You would have thought the enemies would pick up a bit of a fight. But that's just them, I suppose. And considering that this character here didn't put up a fight, it's down for the count as well. Now, you may have noticed as well that the weapons that you use have their own durability bar. And once that becomes completely empty, you'll know that the weapon can no longer be used. Which is quite fun and creative in a way, because it teaches you to make sure that you have the right materials to be able to create the weapon again. Now, there's nothing else around here, so I think it's fair to say that we can go further down. And surprisingly, there was no other prisoners. Just double checking and making sure that nobody else is trying to come through. And so far so good. Nobody is coming to the recovering aid of these fallen enemies. But we shall go on, me old gaming darlings. Yes, I don't mean you, because you're next. Take that, and that, and that, you big-headed mushroom creature, you. Now's not the time to go to sleep. Oh, wait, I think he's down for the count as well. And what's this? It looks like we've picked up something. It kind of looks like a cubed version of chewing gum. But it's not something I'd want to put in my mouth, that's for sure. It looks like there's another creature. Hello, dear sir. 'Tis a wonderful day, isn't it? And you'll see nothing, because I'm going to give a play game of stab-stabbaroo with this mushroom creature. So pretend you saw nothing. I'm just going to stand here and you'll see nothing. Look, you saw nothing. I repeat, you saw nothing. Well, that was the end of that conversation, that's for sure. Good night. I don't think... It's kind of like, please don't stab me, but okay, I'll do nothing in return. Even if they are giving such a ghastly noise. Oh, that looks like we've picked up a few items. I wonder what they can be. A poison gas bomb. This could be a good deterioration of any strong enemies that would give us a chance to escape. So it might be worth actually holding on to these until due course. Now, I do honestly feel like we have got this castle to ourselves. Which is quite nice, to a certain degree. But when we come back for episode 1, well, that's going to be another question. But if my mother was here, she'd be really happy that she's got a massive garden of toadstools around her. Well, she'd probably want to put a few cabbages and onions and God knows what other fruits and everything else. Maybe a few flowers. But she'll understand that it's my world and I'd like to keep the toadstools. Hold on. Something did walk across. There was a couple over there. The good thing about this is that though that this game uses like a time cloud system of when I say that, Notice how it went from day in the start of the game to night and now into this current day. Which is quite nice actually in a way. Now I don't think there is no other doorway. But I'm happy where this stands. So that will do for now, me old gaming darling. So come back tomorrow at 7 o'clock where we will be playing episode 1 of Lay of the Land with RyuGamer88. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know this seems a little bit last-second.com, but of course I was really eager and excited to squeeze this game in for you all. But of course, if you have any opinions or suggestions of this game or what you'd like to see, then by all means feel free to leave a comment or DM me, and of course I'll see what I can do. But be prepared and look forward to tomorrow's live stream of Lay of the Land at 7 o'clock where we play for episode 1. Take care, me old gaming darlings. Love to you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.